Have you ever made a large payment toward your debt, maybe a credit card, a student loan, or your car? And instead of feeling proud or relieved, we felt frustrated, almost like you just lost money. You know it's the right thing to do, but emotionally, it feels wrong. That moment when your account balance drops after you make the payment can leave you wondering, why does doing something financially smart feel so bad? The truth is, paying off debt feels like losing money because psychologically, it is experienced as loss. Our brains are wired to interpret any reduction in available cash as a negative event, even when it's improving our financial future. Debt repayment doesn't give us the immediate reward that spending or saving does, and that creates a kind of emotional disconnect between what's rational and what feels rewarding. In this video, we're going to explore 5 psychological reasons why paying off debt feels like losing money, and 5 ways to change that mindset so you can stay motivated, consistent, and free from guilt as you pay it down. Because once you understand how your mind interprets money and loss, you can finally align your emotions with your financial goals. 1. The brain treats cash outflow as loss. The first reason paying off debt feels like losing money is that our brains are hardwired to focus on what's leaving, not what's improving. This is known as loss aversion, a psychological principle that explains why losing $100 feels worse than gaining $100 feels good. When you make a debt payment, your brain doesn't automatically process it as, I'm improving my financial stability. Instead, it registers it as, I now have less money. The pain of seeing your balance drop overrides the long-term benefit of lowering your debt. This makes it emotionally difficult to stay consistent, because every payment feels like punishment instead of progress. To rewire this, you need to consciously reframe your perspective. Instead of focusing on what you're losing, focus on what you're buying back: your freedom, your peace of mind, and your future income. 2. There's no immediate reward. The second reason is that debt payoff doesn't deliver instant gratification. When you buy something, you get a tangible reward, a product, an experience, or a feeling of excitement. But when you pay off debt, nothing changes visibly. You don't get a new item, and your lifestyle doesn't feel different overnight. This lack of immediate reinforcement makes the process psychologically draining. Humans are naturally reward-driven, and when there's no visible payoff, motivation fades. That's why so many people start with enthusiasm and lose momentum over time. The fix is to create your own rewards. Break your debt into smaller milestones, celebrate each one, and visualize your progress. Turning your payoff into a series of wins keeps your brain emotionally engaged with the process. 3. You don't feel richer after paying debt. Another reason paying off debt feels like losing money is because it doesn't increase your available cash. It just reduces what you owe. Psychologically, people associate financial progress with growing balances, not shrinking obligations. So even though paying off $1,000 of debt improves your net worth, it doesn't feel like growth because you can't see the gain. This is where the psychology of mental accounting comes in. We tend to separate our money into different mental categories: savings, spending, debt, etc. And we feel wealthier when our visible accounts, like checking or savings, are growing. The solution is to track your net worth, not just your cash. Watching your debt decrease while your net worth increases gives you a clearer picture of real progress, and that shift in focus transforms the emotional experience from loss to growth. 4. Debt feels like a distant problem until it's gone. Psychologically, humans are bad at valuing future benefits. This is called temporal discounting, the tendency to prioritize short-term comfort over long-term gain. When you make a debt payment, the benefit, freedom from debt, feels far away, but the cost, money leaving your account, is immediate. This imbalance tricks your brain into undervaluing the act of repayment. The future seems abstract, while the present feels real. To combat this, make the future more tangible. Visualize your life after debt, how it will feel, what options it will open up, and how much less stress you'll carry. Write it down, or even create a freedom countdown. When your brain can see the future reward clearly, it starts valuing it more, making each payment feel like a step towards something meaningful, rather than a financial sacrifice. 5. People associate debt with shame, not growth. The fifth reason is emotional. Debt often carries shame. When people think about their debt, they associate it with mistakes, stress, or regret. So when they make payments, instead of feeling empowered, they're reminded of those negative emotions. It feels like they're paying for their past, not investing in their future. This emotional association makes debt payoff feel heavy and discouraging. But here's the truth. Paying off debt isn't punishment, it's progress. Every payment is an act of taking control, of rewriting your story, of proving that you can rise above past choices. To shift the emotion, practice gratitude for your ability to pay it down. Each payment isn't a reminder of failure. It's evidence of strength, responsibility, and forward motion. So, why does paying off debt feel like losing money? It's because our brains are built to react to loss more strongly than gain. The lack of visible progress, delayed rewards, and emotional baggage around debt all combine to make repayment feel like a setback instead of a step forward. But when you understand the psychology behind those feelings, you can take back control. By reframing your payments as investments in freedom, creating emotional rewards, tracking your true net worth, visualizing your future, and detaching shame from the process, you can transform debt payoff from something painful into something empowering. Because every dollar you use to pay off debt isn't disappearing. It's being redirected toward your independence, your peace of mind, and your future financial power. The truth is, financial freedom doesn't just come from earning more. It comes from thinking differently about money. And once your mindset changes, your results will follow. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on money psychology, behavior, and personal growth. Remember, wealth isn't just about how much you have, it's about how you think. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.